Alright guys, I'm going to shoot a new video of this 86 K30 full-wheel drive dually, factory full-wheel drive dually. Reason I'm doing it is sometimes when I buy something, I see something and I have an immediate changes I would make, you know, so when I get it home, I do them. And I wanted to take the running boards off this truck and put a stock grill in it back when I bought it. I didn't do it, and against my better judgment, you know, I personally like it without them and that. I should have took them off immediately. I'm glad I did, and I haven't cleaned up the pinch weld down there yet. There's a little dirt on it and stuff. It'll clean up a little better. It's too cold to get the hose out. But and I know, you know, I don't really care for that painted center grill that goes on this year truck, so I bought this grill. If you don't like it, keep it to yourself. I really don't care. So, you know, or feel free to say something and get on my block list. I'm actually going to address something with that real quick. You know, all you guys who are never buying anything, you know, who don't have the money to buy a Hot Wheel of a K30 dually, you know, people get a little wore out with the nonsense in people's comments, and especially people who don't have anything and aren't going to build anything. I don't care about people's opinions. I do what I want to do. I've been doing this a long time, and I have my own style, and I you know, like I said, I buy what I like, I make it how I like it, and if it sells, great. If it don't, great too. You know, I'm a carpenter by trade, so I do this because I like classic cars, period. And I've been doing it since long before TV shows started, long before Richard Rawlings was a TV show, or, you know, actually you know, or they had TV shows. I was doing it long before that, or before all these local classic car places were in St. Louis. Those guys used to call me when they first opened up and looking for inventory and waste my time. And so that being said, you know, I'm a small guy, one-man show. You know, I have a couple good resources for the things that, you know, I need help doing and things like that, and that's it, and I keep it small. So, but if you do tend to make fun of my stuff or, you know, make negative derogatory comments, what I do is I put you on my block list. So what happens is, because I mess with so many different kinds of cars, you know, I may have a big block Chevelle. I'm more of a truck, Jeep, shop truck type guy, and the old FJ you see sitting in the background, and Scouts, first gen Broncos, first gen K Blazers. That's more of what I'm into personally. I do some cars, you know, so remember that when you mouth off or make, you know, derogatory comments, that you end up on my block list and you don't even see my advertisements. So someday when you hit the lottery and you want to buy your dream car, it could be this dumbass that has your dream car. So keep that in mind when you're being negative and all that, when you can't afford to buy some beanie weenies. And I'm attacking you guys because I'm tired of it, and so is the rest of the world. You know, I appreciate an AMX Gremlin that is done nicely as much as I appreciate a 70 big block Chevelle. I like all old cars. I like the 70s. I like tunnel rams. I like paint jobs. You know, I like the fact that people turn cars into their own thing, which when the big auctions became popular on TV, that went away. Having a car and making it your own style went away, and now it's only popular to buy a numbers matching car that matches the shirt you're wearing at that auction that day. Well, I don't have that kind of money, and I think it's silly, and those guys have kind of ruined the hobby, if you ask me. But back to this truck and prices. You know, people talk about prices. I ask for some of my stuff. Okay, if they're so high, why does everything sell? Number one. Number two, everything's high. I'm paying 3 times what I paid 10 years ago. So that's just the way it goes. If you want to be in the hobby, it's a big boy hobby now. If not, go to Walmart and buy a couple Hot Wheels and sit in your basement and roll them around on the track. You know, that's how I feel about it. So make a negative comment and think you're cute, and then your buddies gang up and y'all think you're a bunch of bully cute guys. You'll all get on the block list, because I will take the time. I won't take the time to argue with you, but I will take the time to block you. So again, and then someday I might have your dream car and you're not going to see it because you're on my block list. Now I'm going to get back to this truck. Truck was from California. Truck is clean one as I've seen, especially in an old four-wheel drive dually. A lot of these things got beat up on farms and things like that, and got used, and guys pulled campers with them, so they ended up in areas that they did throw salt down. It's been repainted once, at least once, to the best of my knowledge. Like I said, factory regular cab K30 four-wheel drive dually with a 454 in it and a 4-speed. It is a super clean truck. Underneath the bed liner is painted the color of the bed, and it hadn't had anything put in it after that, and it hasn't been driven hardly at all. So more than likely, if you didn't like the bed liner, you could take it out and the bed's painted nice underneath there. I did have to do a few mechanical things to it right after I bought it. Like I said, I took the tube grill out because I like that grill. And that's the one I picked. I don't like that wide center grill that's painted to match the truck myself. If you like it, buy it and do it. It's a real cheap, easy, simple thing. Took me 20 minutes, if that. Took me longer to get the sockets out than it did to put the grill in. So, neat truck, nice truck. I'm glad I did what I did because the running boards were driving me nuts. So, see the interior, the roof. As always, I don't have good phones. I don't spend my money on phones. I spend my money on my family and my kids. So when these things fade out like that, I apologize. But there's the best I can of the bottoms of the doors. I'm not crawling underneath this thing today. As always, being a California truck, it makes sense that it would have been repainted and that it would have been, you know, had some interior work done because that's what the sun beats it off of them. But the one thing the truck is solid, so that's a plus, and that's nice. You know, that's really what's most important to me. I still have not put a back bumper on it because I know there are guys that'll want a chrome step bumper. I know there are guys that might put a drop bumper on it, you know, chrome drop bumper, and then I know there's guys that might put a roll pan on it since it has a receiver hitch. So I'm not probably going to put a back bumper on it. I'm going to let the person who buys it do that. It's easy enough to do. Anyways, just a neat, super cool truck, if you ask me. I'm going to start driving it a little bit here. The weather cleaned up. You know, clearly it shows 61,000. I'm sure it's rolled once. Who knows? Could have rolled 2 or 3 times for all we know. Here, I'll actually start it up. The gas gauge works, speedo works. I don't believe the oil pressure gauge works. The heater works, wipers work, lights work. All the smog equipment's on the motor still, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but also kind of funny. So, new battery, new alternator. I had to put a new control module and stuff in the distributor. You know, just a super cool truck. Very nostalgic looking, very cool. You know, I couldn't take the running boards no more with the you know, with the two-tone paint and everything. It just looked too old man for me. I think it looks better now, and I saved the running boards if somebody wants to put them back on. Kind of a nightmare. They're a pain in the butt to get off. But anyways, there you go. New video, K30 four-wheel drive. And for people who are serious buyers, please don't, you know, take my cynicism towards these negative people. But I see it on groups now. You know, there's a lot of groups that the administrators put on there, you know, negative comments, and you'll be banned from the page. Nobody wants to hear your opinion. And especially these young kids in their 20s that don't work and can't afford, you know, a bucket of shit, and they're out harassing adults who are actually looking for cool stuff. So, you know, if I offend you, I apologize if you're a real buyer. But these clowns that are out there wasting people's times and running their mouths and being negative, you know, I see cars all the time. Like I said, you know, now if you pull up to a cruise night and you're in a 70 Chevelle, you know, that's got a tunnel ram and stuff in it, you know, it's like, ooh, look at that guy, what a, you know. And I think it's cool as shit. You know, the whole idea of this hobby was to do what you want and do what you enjoy and put your own. It's like clothes, you know. I don't care about clothes or shoes. You know, I buy a good pair of work boots because I'm on my feet all day, but I could care less about, you know, wearing fancy clothes. You know, you got these kids that are driving around a $500 piece of crap and they're wearing $100 tennis shoes, you know, and those are the ones who generally you're mouthing off about other people's cars and other classics. And like I said, you never know what I'm going to have. Here, I got an FJ here that's got a 383 stroker motor in it, but other than that, it's all original, you know, and not rusty. It's a super cool truck, you know, four-wheel drive works. It's got a 383 in it with a 400 turbo automatic in it. Super cool patinaed original looking truck, but reliable and drivable, and you can get parts for it. You know, over here I got a Mustang GT chassis swapped F100. You know, you come in here and I've got a 74 Trans Am 400 automatic car. Over there I've got the Honcho. It's finally painted and it's getting ready to get the decals put on it. I was, you know, sick for about 20 days and didn't get any work done. Now I'm back to work and I'm going to get out in the shop and I'm going to get that thing decaled up, and then I'm actually having the inside of the bed professionally Linexed. Then I'm going to do the headliner in that truck, and then it's going to be back up. Yeah, I mean, it's always for sale throughout the whole thing. You know, some people like to do their own work, will do their own work, and capable of doing their own work. I'm fixing a couple cracks in that factory grill. That's why it's not back in yet, because I'm using some real high dollar epoxy on it and stuff so it lasts. But you know, that's an 80 J10 Honcho short bed step side, and it'll be ready to go here, you know, hopefully in about 2 weeks. I'm not trying to, I got other work to do and I got some deliveries I got to do and stuff, so but hopefully that thing will be done in about 2 weeks. So you never know what I've got, you know. And I actually have a 77 Firebird dealer installed Hearst T-top car that I have Bandit cloned and put a 77 400 in and all that good stuff, and new exhaust, and it's got brand new paint on it. Like I said, it was a Kansas car I've been working on forever. It's about done. I've got to put the birds on it and the pinstriping, and then a couple interior things, and that car will be up for sale, and it's going to look like a correct Smokey and the Bandit car, even though it's a clone. But it's a 77 black car with dealer installed Hearst T-tops. That thing ought to be ready in the next 60 days. So anyways, but this is about the video of the K30, and this is it. So you can see how clean the truck is. It's in amazing shape. California truck. So I'm glad I took the time. I procrastinated and I shouldn't have. I think it looks way better personally with the grill in it and the running boards off of it. So 1986 K30. Thanks.